If you want a status bar in Windows, just like in macOS and Linux, then you have come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up a status bar in Windows, plus how to configure it easily. Now, there is a free and open source project at GitHub called Yasb. So using this, you can get the status bar on Windows. So to get this, go to official GitHub page and then go to releases. And then here, scroll down until you see the latest version. There is also a beta version that you can download, but go with the stable one because it's going to be stable. Scroll down until you see the assets and the latest version. Download Arch 64 one or x64 one. If you have a ARM device like the Copilot Plus PC, download the Arch one. If you have a regular PC, the x86 or 64-bit one, download this one. Most of us will need to download this one. Okay, just click on it to download it. Now go back to the project, and there is another important thing that you need to download. You have to install one of these fonts on your system. Nerd Fonts or JetBrains Mono, which is recommended. Just click on it to download it. And after that, we need to download another program from same developer who made the Yasb. It's called Yasb GUI. With this, configuring the status bar becomes 100 times faster and easier. If you want to configure everything manually by editing the config files, then you don't need this. But since we are Windows users, we are kind of lazy. We just hate terminal and editing config files. We need this, okay? I'm one of those people who just don't like configuring the files, okay? I prefer GUI. So it's still in beta, but it's already usable. So go to releases and then download the latest version. This one or this one. I'm going to download the MSIX bundle. Okay, so just click on it to download it. Now, once we have all three files downloaded, we're going to go to downloads folder and then install them one by one. Let's install the Yasb, and then we need to install the fonts. It's a zip file. First, we need to extract it, and then gonna go to folder and gonna select everything and also unselect these two text files. And then we're gonna right click and then install for all users. I have already installed it. And after that, we can go back and install the GUI for the Yasb. Right click, install, or just double click and install. And after that, we can click on install. Once it's installed, it will automatically open the GUI. We have to download the widget database for the first time when we launch it. So we're gonna click on update now. And after that, we can configure the Yasb. Now, let's actually launch the status bar. We're gonna search for Yasb, okay? And we need to run the Yasb, not the GUI. GUI is already running. And immediately at the top, you'll see a default Yasb status bar. Now, we just need to configure it. We can style it differently. We can add or remove widgets. Before the GUI, it was kind of difficult for most people because you had to edit the config file. But now, since we have GUI, it's 100 times easier and faster. Okay, we have a global settings in GUI. Here we can change the behavior of the status bar. We can configure the Komorebi, which is a tiling window manager thingy. We'll talk about this at the end of this video because this is something for more advanced users. Some people prefer it, some people don't. I'm one of those people who don't like tiling window manager. I just like the floating windows. These are the two main files that is used to configure and style the status bar at the top that you see. Again, since we already have a GUI for it, we don't need to touch these files manually. Now we can go to bars option. We can change the settings about the bar, and we can also have multiple bars. So right now there is only one bar named primary bar, but we can click on add new bar to get another bar. Basically, you can have multiple status bar with different widgets and styling and everything. Okay, that is kind of cool. Now here we can configure the status bar settings. In general, we can enable and disable the status bar. You can change the position to top or bottom. You can also change the dimension, height, width. Okay, let's say you want to make it fat a little bit. Let's do that. Now you can see the status bar is like really thick. Let's say you don't want the full status bar width. You can go and let's say you want 80%, or maybe let's say 50%. Now it will only appear 50%. Now, if you go to position and align, you can center it so it will look cool, something like this, you know, in center it will look good. Okay, so you can change the alignment under position. So for now, let's keep it 100% so I can show you guys by adding more widgets and all that. Okay, you can also change the padding, top padding, basically the spacing in between the edge of the screen, basically. Okay, so this is the default. Let's say you don't want the top padding, the space, you can decrease that and there is no space. So this is where you basically configure how you want your status bar to be: smaller, bigger, left, right, all that. Now let's go to widgets. This is the main thing. Okay, at the top you'll see multiple options. Okay, we have time and date in the middle, we have volume for mic and speaker at the right side, we have a power option. If we click on it, it shows the restart and all that option, which actually looks really cool. Okay, and it also shows you the uptime of your PC. You can click on escape to exit out of this. Okay, now you can add more widgets to it or more options to it, in simple words. So we have 3 sections: left, center, right. Okay, left one is this one. Okay, this one is center, and this one is right. If you have multiple bars, you can select the specific bar here. Okay, and then you can click on add widget, and then we can choose the position where you want that widget to appear. Let's say I want to set that widget to the right. I'm going to select right here. Now I can search for the available widgets, or I can just scroll and find the specific widget that I want to use. And we can also add the custom widget with user-defined script or command. Okay, you can also group multiple widgets. Let's say I want to add a CPU frequency monitoring widget. I can just click on it. After that, here we can give it a name. We're just going to give it CPU, and we can click on add, and then we have to click on save, and now it's going to restart the status bar. And at the top you can see the CPU frequency. You can also click on it. It will switch to text-based information. Okay, you can see here CPU usage and also the frequency of the CPU in megahertz. You can click on it again and it will turn into a simple graph. You can also customize this even further. If you right click on any widget, you'll see different options. Okay, delete, edit, and all that. So you can click on edit widget. There is a documentation on every widget. So when you add a widget, you'll see a link here, widget doc. You can click on it. It will open your default web browser. Here, it will give you info about the widget and how you can configure this. Here you'll also find a example configuration file. With this, you can customize the current widget. You can change color, size, width, and everything. So this is still a bit advanced. Like, you'll have to create your own configuration file and then you can customize it. So if you know CSS, you can customize and make the widget look cool and unique. Even if you don't know the CSS or don't know how to edit the YAML file, you can always use AI. Now, if you want to, let's say, remove a widget, you can right click and you can disable or just delete the widget altogether. Let's add another widget. There are many widgets that you can use, like memory, GPU. Let's say I want to use the memory widget here. I can style it, okay, but I'm going to use the default configuration. Let's click on add, and here is our memory info. I want this in right side. So I can also right click and change the position from here. So we can click on move right, save. Now it will appear at the right, just like that. I want this to be the first widget. So I can click on these arrows and move that to the top, okay, and save. Now it's going to be the first widget that appears at the right side. I have known this status bar for Windows for a very long time now, but I actually never used it. I made video, but never used it because it was kind of complicated to set up because you had to configure everything manually through the config file. Now with this GUI, anyone can have a status bar and customize it. It's amazing, actually. Now I'm hoping in future we'll have presets for widgets, so we don't have to, configure the YAML file or styling, okay? So it's optional. We don't have to do it. It will just work. I can just click on add without customizing it. Again, there are 3 different sections, okay? Left, center, and right. You can customize and have different widget in different places. And these widgets are really useful. For example, you can just click on that mic icon and it will mute the mic. Okay, let's do a live test. I'm recording this and I'm using the same mic. If I click on it, you won't hear it. Yeah, I said some words that you can't hear. And you can also do the same thing for your speakers. You can mute your speakers just like that. And it's pretty cool. Okay, in center, you can click on the clock and it will bring the calendar and all that. And there are many other widgets that you can download. If you have a laptop, you want to see your battery info. Yeah, you have that. You have disk usage, GPU, Libre hardware monitor, media visualizer, media player, the media control, Bluetooth, internet traffic monitor. Let's actually add that. We can style it, but we're going to use the default and let's save it. And now we should see the internet download and upload speed at the far right side. You can see here. There are just so many useful widgets that you can add. There is even a AI chat that you can integrate. Okay, this is also cool if you're really into AI. Okay, there is a launchpad. You can launch applications pretty quickly. System tray. I mean, you can just make the Windows taskbar auto hide and use status bar most of the time. I know there are people who prefer this. There is even a Windows taskbar. What? Let's add this. Wow, okay. So you can also, this is new to me actually. I didn't know it can replace the Windows taskbar. Oh, wow, okay, this is interesting. Let's add that. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, look, wow, okay. Okay, so you don't actually need a Windows taskbar. Now we need to center this so it doesn't move too much. So let's do that first. Taskbar, we're gonna move it to the center just like that. Okay, this is a new info for me actually. Okay, so we have a Chrome opened. I can click on it. Wow, okay, this is a widget that I really like. Maybe I'll, replace the Windows taskbar with this. Yeah, I can set this to the bottom too. And there are so many useful widgets that we can add. It's more powerful than the Windows taskbar. Now let's go to the second option, styles. Here you can style the status bar. This is the default style, the dark background, the icons and everything. Now, if you know the CSS, you can go and style it. Environment, you can configure the environment for this because this is a Python program. Basically here you can manage the environment. You can delete and all that. And one more thing, you can also backup the configuration of your current status bar. So you don't have to configure this again and again in future. There are just so many widgets or the options that you can add to the status bar. This is actually amazing. Oh, I almost forgot about the tiling window manager. Okay, this thing also supports tiling window manager. We have two options. One is Komorebi and one is Glaze WM. You can use one of these, or you can also use both of them at the same time, which is not recommended. So basically in global setting, here you'll see Komorebi integration. You have to install this on your system, and Glaze WM integration. Komorebi integration is already set up for you because that's the default. So if you want a tiling window manager, I recommend you guys to go and do a Google search. What is tiling window manager and all that, and you'll understand what's up. It looks cool. You open and close windows with keyboard shortcuts. Here is a video example actually. Okay. Wow, is this Windows? It looks really cool. Look at that. Basically, the windows don't overlap, okay, in tiling window manager. They just create a space for them, and there is a layout that you can predefine. I know you guys are smart. You can go and do the Google search what tiling window manager is. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of tiling window manager. I just prefer the draggable floating windows. Okay, but if you are, then yeah, you can make your setup even cooler with the tiling window manager. That's that. Okay, and yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or have any suggestions for me, you can always do the comment and we can have some chit chat in the comment section too. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourself and have fun. Bye bye.